Without a strategy, your paycheck just disappears. Don't let your hard work go to waste. What happens to your paycheck in the first 24 hours? Most people let it leak away. Millionaires use a 5-bucket system to build wealth automatically. Here are the 5 buckets that change everything. Bills are fixed, emergency is your shield. Wealth grows your future. Pre-fund your lifestyle and dreams. Start automating today. Let's master the 5 buckets.
2 people received the exact same paycheck today, down to the very last penny. Fast forward 5 years into the future. One of them has a thriving investment portfolio and that quiet, unshakable piece of true financial freedom. The other person? They are trapped in the exact same loop, living paycheck to paycheck, working exhausting hours, and wondering where the money went. Here is the terrifying truth. The difference between these two has absolutely nothing to do with how much money they make. It has everything to do with what happens during the first 24 hours after that direct deposit hits their account. If you are like 90% of people, you are unintentionally sabotaging your financial future before the weekend even hits. Today, we are breaking down the 5-bucket cash sweeping system, the exact cash flow architecture millionaires use to build wealth on autopilot. We're going to show you how to turn your income, no matter how small, into a wealth-generating machine. Ready to change your habits? Let's dive in and automate your path to financial freedom right now. Welcome to Wealth Tech Simple, where we make personal finance and investing crystal clear. Subscribe and start building your future today. Let's look at why most people struggle to save, even when they get a raise. Think of your primary checking account as this bucket. On payday, it looks fantastic, it's full, but this creates a massive psychological trap. Behavioral scientists refer to this phenomenon as mental accounting, combined with Parkinson's law, which states that your expenses will always rise to meet your current level of income. When your brain sees a high balance on a Friday morning, it misinterprets that number as disposable income. It signals a green light to spend. This is how invisible lifestyle creep destroys your wealth. It's not that you lack discipline, and it's not because you're a bad person. It's because you are operating inside a flawed system. Without a strict, immediate job for every single dollar, your money falls victim to emotional friction. Remember this rule: unassigned money gets spent, assigned money builds wealth. If you don't aggressively give your money a destination within hours of receiving it, the modern world is designed to happily extract it from you. Traditional financial gurus love to preach the gospel of rigid budgeting. They tell you to track every single cup of coffee and save every paper receipt. They want you to log every transaction into a painful spreadsheet and rely on sheer willpower to say no to your desires for 30 days straight. But millionaires know a profound secret about human psychology. Willpower is a finite resource. It is not something you can rely on forever. Every single time you have to make a conscious decision to save money instead of spending it, you drain your mental battery. If your wealth strategy requires you to be perfectly disciplined every single day of your life, your strategy is fundamentally designed to fail. Wealthy people don't rely on willpower. They design automated systems. They build a hands-off, friction-free infrastructure that removes human error from the equation. By automating the movement of their cash the literal second it enters their bank, they eliminate decision fatigue and the need for constant management. They don't have to choose to save every month. The system makes the correct choice for them by default. Saving becomes passive and spending becomes difficult. It is time to stop being a manager of your pennies and start being the architect of your wealth. Design a system that works for you. Stop fighting your psychology and start building your friction-free future. Start today and let the system handle the rest. Welcome to the future of personal finance. This brings us to the core structural architecture of automated wealth, the 5-bucket cash sweeping system. Instead of dumping all your income into one chaotic checking account where your rent, groceries, and fun engage in a monthly civil war, we use structure. Your cash is systematically swept into 5 distinct zones. Each zone has a non-negotiable purpose, creating a modern architectural solution to your financial chaos. The bills bucket for operations, emergency bucket for armor, wealth bucket for freedom, lifestyle for play, and the goals bucket for your milestones. Every single dollar that enters your life receives a specific deployment order before you ever get a physical chance to touch it or stress about it. This happens automatically via API linkages. By assigning every dollar emission, we eliminate the emotional friction and stress of manual money management. Let's break down exactly how to set up each bucket, the precise percentages to allocate, and why this changes your financial trajectory forever. Let's start with the vital foundation that keeps your head above water and secures your future. Bucket number 1 is your bills bucket. This is your operational baseline, the absolute minimum cost required to keep your life running safely. It covers your housing, transportation, utility bills, and basic sustenance. The single biggest mistake middle-income earners make is mixing their fixed billing money with their casual spending money in the exact same account. When your rent money coexists with your Saturday night dinner money, you are playing financial Russian roulette. You look at your account, see $2,000, and think you're doing great, forgetting that $1,500 is technically already spoken for by landlords and utility companies. To fix this, self-made millionaires isolate this bucket. You need a dedicated checking account strictly for fixed overhead, completely attach it to a separate debit card. You do not carry this card in your physical wallet, and you do not link it to your Apple Pay. It exists solely to auto-pay your fixed commitments. When your baseline living expenses are completely ring-fenced, you eliminate an immense amount of cognitive load. You can look at your other accounts with total clarity, knowing your survival needs are 100% secured. Bucket number 2 is your emergency bucket. I don't like to call it savings. I prefer to call it your financial armor. The universe operates on chaos. Your car's alternator will fail. Your tooth will need a root canal, or an unexpected corporate restructuring will leave you temporarily without a salary. This bucket exists so that a bad day in your life doesn't escalate into a bad financial decade. Consider the math of a sudden $3,000 emergency. Without this bucket, most people reach for a high-interest credit card. At a standard 21% interest rate, if you only pay the minimums, that single car repair will cost you thousands of extra dollars in interest. You find yourself trapped in the past, working hard today just to pay off a crisis from 2 years ago. Millionaires keep this bucket entirely separate, ideally in an online high-yield savings account that earns competitive interest. This keeps the money safely out of sight, out of mind, yet liquid enough to access within 24 hours. You automate a small, steady sweep from every paycheck until you have accumulated 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Once it's full, you stop funding it, leave it alone, and let the shield protect you. This is where the magic happens. Bucket number 3, the wealth bucket. Average people buy things, pay their bills, spend on entertainment, and then desperately hope there is a little bit of money left over to invest. Unsurprisingly, there almost never is. Millionaires reverse this equation completely through a principle known as paying yourself first. The very moment their paycheck lands, a designated percentage, ideally 10% to 20%, is swept directly into this wealth bucket before anyone else gets a dime. This money is strictly a one-way street. It goes in, and it never comes out to buy consumer goods. It is capital deployed exclusively to buy assets, broad market index funds, low-cost ETFs, or real estate. Let's look at the actual math behind this. If you automate just $500 a month into a diversified index fund compounding at 8%, in 15 years, you'll have roughly $173,000. In 30 years, that same $500 a month balloons to over $750,000. Look closely. Your total contributions were only $180,000. The remaining $570,000 is pure, unadulterated compound interest. Your money worked significantly harder for you than you ever worked for it. That is the exact mechanism of how modern wealth is generated. Now let's talk about the bucket everyone loves. Bucket number 4, your lifestyle bucket. There is a massive misconception that building wealth requires you to live like an ascetic monk, eating beans and rice, and denying yourself any form of modern joy. That approach is unsustainable and leads to psychological burnout. Millionaires don't deprive themselves. They allocate their funds systematically. This bucket is your absolute, 100% guilt-free sanctuary. This is the money you allocate for restaurants, hobbies, designer clothes, or expensive coffee. You can spend every single penny inside this bucket with total happiness and zero anxiety because you know your bills are already covered. And your retirement is already compounding in bucket number 3. But there is one absolute, non-negotiable golden rule to this system. When the lifestyle bucket hits zero, the spending stops immediately. You do not borrow from the bills account, you do not dip into your emergency fund, and you absolutely do not swipe a credit card. You simply wait until your next payday sweeps fresh funds into the bucket. It provides perfect boundaries while preserving your lifestyle. Start building your guilt-free lifestyle today. Bucket number 5 is your goals bucket. This is your tactical mechanism for medium-term targets, major life events that take place 1 to 5 years down the road. It's your fund for an upcoming wedding, a down payment on a home, a dream vacation, or replacing your vehicle. This bucket completely shatters the predatory cycle of financing your lifestyle. The average consumer wants a vacation, logs on to an airline website, puts a $4,000 trip on a credit card, and spends 12 months paying interest. Wealthy people do the exact opposite. They anticipate their desires. They create dedicated, digital sub-savings accounts for specific milestones. By saving for these targets ahead of time, you completely bypass the banking system's debt traps. You stop paying interest to financial institutions and start purchasing your dreams with cash you already own. Let's look at how this operates in practice. Imagine a $4,000 net paycheck lands in your account. Within the first 24 hours, the automated machine triggers. $2,000 sweeps directly into your bills bucket, $400 sweeps into your emergency bucket, $600 sweeps directly into your wealth bucket, $500 sweeps into your lifestyle bucket, and $500 sweeps into your goals bucket. This entire orchestration takes less than 10 minutes to configure once inside your banking application. Once it is built, your financial life runs entirely on autopilot. You no longer have to make agonizing daily decisions. You can check your lifestyle balance on a Saturday afternoon and know exactly what you can safely spend down to the single dollar, without ever compromising your housing security or your long-term retirement. Look at the stark reality of Sarah and Mike. Both earn the exact same salary, but Sarah set up the 5-bucket system. She watches her wealth compound silently while she sleeps, secure behind her emergency shield. Mike uses one single account, spends reactively, and hopes for the best. 5 years from now, Sarah will possess an incredible foundation of freedom, while Mike will still be running on the exact same treadmill. Millionaires do not become wealthy because they earn more. They become wealthy because every single dollar they make has a predetermined destination. Your very next paycheck is landing soon. It can either vanish into the void of impulse spending, or it can begin building the architecture of your freedom. The choice isn't made at the end of the month, it is made in the very first 24 hours. Set up your buckets this week, take absolute control of your cash flow, and watch your future change forever. Thank you so much for watching. Click here to keep learning and leveling up. Don't forget to subscribe to join our community. Let's build your financial freedom together.